Hey, Mortgage Coach community, Dave Savage, CEO of Mortgage Coach here, and today I am interviewing Doren Aldana. What's up, Doren?
Hey, brother. Great to be with you today, man. Let's rock this.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. So I have good memories of when you interviewed me. I don't know how many years ago it was, but the preparation you went through in interviewing me, I think it was how to get business from CPAs and financial planners.
Right.
And I think it had to be like 4 years ago. Uh, Anyways, kudos to the preparation and to the quality of the interview that you did, however many years ago it was.
That's like another lifetime ago, man. It's been so long. It's we've evolved a lot since then. I know I got a few less hairs on my head, and the ones I do have are a little more gray. With
Yeah,
two businesses, four kids, two budgies, a puppy, and a wife, it's been a full life. But we're still rocking it.
yeah, yeah. No, I got a few more gray hairs too. So, so I love what you're doing with the art of mortgage marketing, your private Facebook group. I think it's fantastic. You've got like over 5,000 loan officers in that group participating now, don't you?
Yeah, man, it just keeps growing. I think we started out a few months ago at just under 1,000, and now we got just under 5,500. So it's growing leaps and bounds. Apparently, we hit a nerve. You know, they like the idea of community, collaboration, synergy, sharing of ideas, best practices, and it's been an amazing place for the best of the best in the industry to come together and collaborate. So it's been fun.
Yeah, well, you're doing a great job. We launched. Well, it's been a year now that I have done every Friday at 9 o'clock Pacific a productivity mastermind, which is just all about how to make more money in less time, ideas and strategies from a mortgage coach perspective. But we launched a Facebook group. Now we've only got about 1,000 people in it, so we aspire to get up to your mark of 5,000. But anybody that's watching this, make sure you check out Doran's Facebook group. You're watching this from YouTube. I'll put a link below. It really is. There's a lot of quality loan officers having quality conversations in your group. So I want to talk about three things. I think that theme of how to make more money in less time, let's build that into everything. But
Hmm.
we've been putting a big push with our community that you need to reach out to all your past customers. You need to be doing annual reviews with our total cost analysis. And I know, two things about you. You know a lot about mining your database, and you know a lot about how to get more referrals from realtors. So let's just start with what are some of the hot ideas to get more referrals out of your database, and I'll talk about TCA and you talk about your ideas.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's frankly one of the big overlooked access points for breakthrough in every mortgage professional's business. Rarely will I come across a mortgage pro who isn't maximizing repeat and referral business in their database. Often they're leaving tens of thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table due to a rather anemic database marketing plan. So you want to give yourself an instant pay raise and be able to work smarter, not harder. This is the first place to look. This is what I call the low hanging fruit, the shortest path to the cash. So a few strategies to consider. First of all, you want to engineer your business not just to meet expectations, but exceed them. Rarely does a wow factor business do that by happenstance. They do it by design. And so what you want to do is engineer your client experience to exceed your client's expectations every single time. Don't leave it to happenstance. Don't leave it to guesswork. And so an idea to be able to pull that off, just one, actually I'll give you a couple. One is this comes from my man in Honolulu, Preston Sims, giving him props. This is a brilliant idea he came up with, and he gave me authorization to share it. It's a it's a champagne shaped confetti popper that he mails out upon approval. So the client receives it UPS or delivery by hand to the client's actual home, and they open it up and pop. This big plume of confetti comes out, and the client can't help but laugh because it's such a cool, unique thing. So that's on approval. Now, after closing, we send out a big gift basket to the client's workplace with a big plume of helium balloons attached. So they're literally forced to rave about you to their colleagues. They can't hide it under their desk. They can't hide it in their cubicle. They're forced to talk about how awesome you are all day long at the office. Do you think you might get a few more referrals doing that? You better.
I love it. I love it. So, this has come up in our Friday mastermind where, what is the best perfect loan process to wow people so that they refer you while they're in process. Because at the end of the day, you want to get a referral while you're in process, and then you want to get a referral and you want to do a past customer loan every year after. So, I mean, we're all about, hey, give a total cost analysis at the front end. In our community, we're calling those milestone gifts. So, provide not just the closing gift strategy, but have milestone gifts.
Yep.
Love that. And then, of course, at the close of escrow, there's something that you provide. I like your strategy in the workspace. Update the total cost analysis, and then you've got a customer for life. You just got to keep it going. Any other wow ideas to create that wow so that you get referrals in process and every year afterwards?
Absolutely. So you call them milestone gifts. I call them trigger campaigns. So different milestones trigger different communications. So we've talked about the gifts to engineer wow factor. Now it's time to start to extract that goodwill sentiment and monetize it. So what you do is you send a review request after closing, asking for a review. At this point, if you've done your job right, you're going to get 5 stars all day long. And then what you do is you launch a dedicated referral attraction campaign to the people who give you a positive review. Because think about it, Dave, who better to give you a referral than someone who just gave you a 5-star review? I mean, that's your raving fan. There's no one better, right?
Right.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to send them a package in the mail. I call it the magic wand letter. So it goes out with a toy magic wand enclosed, so it's lumpy, so their curiosity gets the best of them. They have to open it. And when they open it up, out plops the magic wand. So now their kids have something to fight over, so you can call them up and let them know, hey, I sent you a little magic wand in the mail. You're welcome. I'm glad I could give your kids something to fight over. So that'll always give them something to giggle about. And then the headline says, I wish, poof, I could have more clients like you. Cheesy as hell, right? But the whole premise of the letter is that they're awesome. You wish you could have other awesome clients just like them, and perhaps they could make your wish come true by sending you referrals. I have a client who sent out 50 of these letters. He generated 18 G's in commissions, cost him $200. How's that for an ROI?
Love it. Love it.
And then we got
go ahead.
campaigns like go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. You got more to share. Rock it out.
Yeah, so we got campaigns like the annual mortgage review, where you just make sure, so very much in sync with what you're talking about, making sure their mortgage is still in sync with their short-term and long-term plans. You got to make sure you're asking for referrals. Don't say, hey, if anyone comes to mind, don't hesitate to send them my way. Say, who do you know who is paying too much for rent, makes good money, and you wonder why they're not owning? Who do you know who's an investor who needs access to more capital? Who do you know who might be thinking about selling? Who do you know who might be thinking about buying? You go through the different categories. And you also drum up referrals for your dream team, for your accountant, for your financial planner, for your realtor. And you do that like clockwork, and you get your assistant to schedule those meetings and just line them up, have a specific dedicated time every week for your annual mortgage review consults. They line them up, you knock them down. I have a client who's generated an extra 200 G's in the last 2 years just from that one strategy alone. Do you think that might be through time?
I love that. And I want to just provide a thought when you do that, because it's important that you give value. Obviously, you got to keep your promises. You got to close on time. You got to close on budget. Give milestone or trigger gifts at the times that matter. Deliver the total cost analysis. And then, of course, how you ask matters. And to your point, you got to ask. I love who do you know. The only thing I would tailor into that is when you ask them, ask, do you have any family members? Who's a family member? Ask them around a specific category of people so their mind can narrow in. Okay, my family members. And again, don't just ask once, to your point, ask a couple times. Well, what about, do you have any friends that are thinking about buying or that are renting that you think would benefit from a rent versus own analysis? So,
Right?
so the takeaway for everybody is ask more than once, ask in very specific ways, both tailoring groups within their, family, friends, coworkers, specific, and ask around specific things. So, by the way, if you're watching this and you are doing some type of milestone gift, um, let us know what you're doing below. Doren just gave us a couple great ideas. Give us some comments below. Also, jump onto Doren's, private Facebook group and ask some questions there around that. So,
The
I
art,
like to
art
I
of mortgage marketing. The art of
art of
mortgage
mortgage marketing.
marketing.
And by the way, make sure you're also part of the Mortgage Coach. It's called Mortgage Coach Productivity Mastermind Group. So it's all about productivity, how to make more money in less time. So Doran, what are some ideas to get more referrals for realtors? I want to keep this close to 15 minutes. We got about 6 more minutes. any
Sure.
realtor strategy so we get more referrals from the realtors we already have?
One of the simplest, easiest ways to get more referral partners without doing anything else is build in a trigger campaign to purchase deals you're already doing. Think about it. You're already doing purchase deals that are linked to buyer agents and seller agents, right? So why not build in a campaign that you would commission your marketing assistant to deploy every single time you close a purchase transaction, where you send out a thank you card to the buyer and seller agent, thanking them for the part in getting the deal done, appreciating them for the value they bring to the table and their expertise, and then a little $5 Starbucks card, so it's very nominal fee. You don't have to worry about RESPA. It's only $5. And then you follow up by phone and invite them to a meeting to talk about how you can help them grow their business. It's not a cold call at that point. It's a warm call because you've already worked on a common transaction. And if you do that consistently, every single time you do a purchase deal, chances are, had you been doing that from day one, you'd be making 2, 3, 4, 5 times more than you are now because of the consistency. So that's just one simple strategy. Now, if you want to really pour gasoline on the fire, you want to have what I call killer unique value proposition, or UVP for short. And that's really about what's unique about what you're bringing to the table. How can you position yourself to be irreplaceable and indispensable? How can you position yourself so that if and when they decide to pull the plug, they literally, or if they decide that they're not going to reciprocate, or you decide to pull the plug on them, they literally go into convulsions, into shocks, because they can't even imagine life without you. That's how much value you bring to the table. Like as if their oxygen support or oxygen supply got cut off. That's how much value you want to bring to the table. So I'm a big fan of adding value first. I'm a big fan of generating leads, self-sourcing your own leads from your own database, self-sourcing your own leads through Facebook ads, even helping your realtors generate leads through Facebook ads. The more quality leads you can generate, and ideally these are leads that have already not only opted in, but responded to a text, an email, or a voicemail saying, hey, I want more, then you get them pre-approved, pre-qualified, and then and only then do you send those quality leads to your realtor. And if you have an engine, a system, a lead generation machine like that, where you're self-sourcing your own leads, then you literally have the cookie. No longer are you chasing, they're chasing you. You call the shots. You call the terms and conditions to work with you. You do that, you literally have a deep bench of top dog realtors who are begging and chomping at the bit to have the privilege to work with you. That's the way to change everything when it comes to attracting top dog realtors.
I love that. The only thing I would add on that is conversion is king. You need to be able to not only tell them that when you refer someone to me, I have a conversion strategy that exceeds any loan officer that you'll ever meet. Let me show you. And again, we teach total cost analysis. In fact, I did an interview with Wally Elderberry. I can't remember exactly. It was just some crazy number, 40 buyer pre-approvals that he'd given in a single month. I'm going to put a link to that below, a link to an interview I did with Wally Elderberry, $100 million a year producer that just kills it with that strategy. And I've done a lot of interviews with that. So huge ideas. If people want to connect with you, obviously, we'll put a link below to your Facebook group. But what are some other ways that the mortgage coach community can get more value from you and connect with you outside of today's video interview?
Well, first off, Dave, thanks for having me, man. It's been fun. It's been a long time coming, so it's great to be back in the loop with you and contributing to our respective communities. Before I share with people how they can get more from us, I want to just also mention I'm a big fan of conversion, and one of the things we do for our clients is we set up Facebook ads by our Yoda Smart Facebook technician who knows the game better than anyone else. We set up that ad, and then we set up the conversion system to automatically text, email, and voicemail all those people, and then 40 to 50% respond. You only talk to the people who are engaged, who are responding. So that changes everything in terms of working smarter, not harder, because you're talking to the engaged people. Now, if you guys want to learn more about how we do that and how we generated 26 leads for one of my clients' realtors within 6 days, all qualified. We have a complimentary breakthrough coaching session that we offer, and you can book yourself into our calendar while time permits by going to mortgagemarketingcoach.com/apply. Again, that's mortgagemarketingcoach.com/apply. So if you got ambition, you're coachable, you got work ethic, and you want to take your business to the next level, give us a holler. We'll show you how to pour gasoline on the fire.
I'm going to put a link to that below. So literally, you're watching
Cool.
this on YouTube. There's a description. Go in there, click the button. We'll put in a few videos that we think add value to the conversation we just had. And if you want to connect with Doren, you've got a way to do it. Also, I wanted to close out with a shout out. I've been going on the third month of our referral magnet video contest. I'm going to put a link below to that because, Doran, I would love for you to judge some of these videos. We just announced a winner yesterday, but we've been getting submissions from our loan officers that are creating these videos, and the goal is they're like 2 minutes. They're talking about how great they are. They're telling a story, and then they're saying, call me, email me, private message me if you'd like a total cost analysis. And our goal is to actually have them be able to promote them on Facebook. So they're Facebook ads that are generating referrals. So I would love for you to give some feedback on that. We could talk offline, but if you want to become one of the judges, would love to have you as part of that program.
Yeah, man. Bring it. I'd be happy to do that. Absolutely.
All right. Hey, everybody, take care. By the way, that reminded me, I'm going to put a link. Robert Stover just provided a review on our last referral magnet video contest. Check it out below. So if you got value from this conversation that Dora and I just had, click, say you like it, share it with your team. And again, there's a lot of things that we talked about. You know, what gifts are you giving? What strategies do you have to get more referrals from your database? What strategies do you have to get more referrals from your realtors? Comment below. Let us know what you're doing, and we appreciate it. Hey, Doran, thanks for the time, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. That was fun.
Take care.
Peace.